All right, let's get this party started. So, here we go. Welcome to the Hickman Auditorium. If this is your first time. Very nice space. Have a lot of awards to get through here tonight. So, we're going to start off with just that. Next slide, Max. Our preseason leadership awards is something that the players voted on, that we did back in January, where they all got a questionnaire and they voted on who they thought was a great leader in the off-season and worked hard. And these are the names. Spencer Bayman and Hank Cummings were tied for the freshman class. Stand up. Stand up. If you're here, stand up. Be honored. Carson Shuttlesworth was nominated for the sophomore class in his preseason work ethic. Shea Maloney was honored for the junior class. And Tate Robertson got honored for the senior class. Those guys took pride in the weight room, and their teammates looked up to them in all those honors. Other senior awards. A couple weeks ago, we had the senior awards night here on this stage, and these were the guys that got honored. Tyler Stein received the Bill Jackson Memorial Scholarship Award. Tyler, stand up. Great honor. Jackson Fork, he's not here, but he received the Ronnie Shaw Baseball Award. All right, we can give it up for him. And Tate Robertson got the Kevin Honeycutt Award that night. All right, our all-district and all-conference nominees and selections. These are the guys that got all-conference. Braden Hemmer, Zach Bates, Corey Costner, Tyler Stein, Carter Abrams, Reese Behan, and Tate Robertson. So, yep, you guys stand up through here. Just so we all know, they're voted into that by other coaches, not by me. All right? I talk about them at our meeting, and other coaches vote them in. I can't vote for our own kids. So other coaches saw things in those guys in our conference that they really liked as baseball players. All district, same kind of thing. Coaches vote on other players. These were the guys that were selected. Braden Hemmer, Carter Abrams, Zach Bates, Corey Costner, Tate Robertson, and Jackson Fork got all district. Stand up. Awesome. Some special thank yous, and I could go on and on and on with this, but first off, our administrative team here at Hickman, Jack Rubenstein, Tony Grignani, all the guidance department, all the deans, they did a lot for our kids, getting them out of school early and just being there to supervise at games here at home or away. Our dugout club, Beth and Mike Bates both. I mean, think about tonight. I think about our Alabama trip, think about Springfield trip, all the planning that they did with meals and everything couldn't have done it without them. Sherry Shuttlesworth doing the concessions. Brian York being our PA guy at games. Alan Love and Jeremy Kuhlman doing some field projects. Bo Bayman, voice of the Cupies. And just everybody here. Everybody. Thank you. Preston Bayman, come on up if you're here. Come on up. Preston Bayman. All players stand up, form a tunnel right here. Seriously, get up. Preston did a lot for our team, picking up the bats, foul balls, stuff behind the scenes, stealing seeds and stuff in the dugout and going. But he was a big part of this team, and if you haven't noticed, one of our traditions, I guess, this year was once we score a run, you get the helmet on, you get patted on it. So, Preston, thanks, man. Get on down the tunnel. Preston Damon. I want to make sure that we recognize two important people who do a lot of behind-the-scenes work, our managers. Elise and Vera did an incredible job of coordinating uniforms, organizing those, game changer, stats, keeping the boys in line in the dugout, whatever you call it. I mean, they were awesome. They were awesome. A huge piece to our program. I know Elise is here. Elise, come on up, please, if you wouldn't mind. So Elise was a huge part. Doing game changer, great communicator with me, and when she would be there, when she would not. She knows baseball probably better than half you guys sometimes, seriously, no offense. But she knows baseball because she's a great softball player and she pays attention to the game. That's why she was a manager and that's why she was great. So I hope you guys honor her, seriously. She really helped us out. And we are grateful to have had her as a manager this year. All right, thank you. Next, I want to thank my coaches. They do a lot. They do, and I'll just kind of go down the line. Coach Ryle, Coach Behan, Coach Kespel, Coach O, Coach B, Coach Cummings, Coach Hinkie, all these guys played a huge role in our season, and they're the engine behind it. All right? And I'm lucky to have had a lot of these guys in the building, too. How many of you guys saw coaches in class? Raise your hand. Majority of you. It's important. It's important. You build those relationships. You guys did a great job of that as coaches, but more importantly, I thank your families and your spouses for letting you do this. Yep. So, thank you guys. Next. All right, Coach Cummings.
All right, y'all. C team. So a couple things. I'll talk a quick summary about the season, and then when I call each C team player up, don't applause until the end, because when they're walking up, I'm going to give their 20 seconds of fame, a little bit about how their season went. Got my notes here, so I'm really prepared. We were 18-11 overall, so that was the most C-team games that I've won as a coach. Last year was 17-8. This year we were 18-11. So overall, very positive season. I noticed that we were 10-1 against Jeff City area schools, so Battle, Blair Oaks, Cap City, Helias. We went 10-1, so Jeff City area does not like us. We took care of business down there. Down in Alabama, first time we took the C team, and overall, with the exception of some shenanigans in the hotel room, we handled ourselves well down there. We went 3-2, and we had a close call, almost beat the undefeated Rockbridge C team. It was an amazing game. Those of you who witnessed it, they got us there at the very end, but we ended up losing 4-3. But it was a good trip. I was glad the boys got to go. Hopefully that's something we can continue, because that was a lot of fun seeing everybody get an opportunity to go down there. Second place, runners-up in the C-team tournament to the undefeated Rockbridge team, and that was a 5-1 game, so that was another very competitive game. If you looked at the scores that that team was putting up against people, and then we lost 4-3 and 5-1, I told the boys that our goal over the next 3 years, and by the time we're seniors, is to take that team down. We were right there, and we almost had them twice. So overall, a very positive season for C-Team. So I'm going to call them up. This is in no order. And again, hold the applause, because as they come up, I'll have a little bit to say about each one. So let's start with Mr. Zane Coleman. Hold the applause. Follow directions. Zane was our starting left fielder. Mr. Consistency, I think he hit .340 this year. Here you go, Zane. He is the type of young man that you can turn your back on as a coach. You can walk away and know that he will always be doing everything the right way. So Zane is the easiest kid to coach, had a great season, offensively super consistent. I loved coaching you, Zane. You make my life easy. Thank you. Tanner Graham, come on up. So Tanner, every baseball player has the dude on the team. Tanner's the dude on the C team. I have a couple stats here from Tanner because he had some really impressive stats. So offensively, Tanner hit .423. He was our starting #1 pitcher, then would place in first and third. Hit .423, led us in extra base hits. Pitching-wise, he pitched 24 innings for us. Had 40 Ks in those 24 innings, so people don't make good contact off him. .209 opponent batting average. Tanner did really well and then got some action up at the varsity level. He will be a good one for years to come. Thank you, Tanner. Mr. Luke Eastman, come on up. So Luke Eastman was our main lefty pitcher. He had a lot of good ball games. I looked earlier, I think opponent batting average was .246 against Luke, so he had a lot of success for us. It's always good to have left-handers around. Offensively, he wasn't an everyday player, but he was one of 3 guys that hit above .400, and the opportunities Luke got, he took care of business. Good job, Luke. Mr. Landon Shayon. Landon was our primary catcher for C-Team. He hit .338, I think. He led our team in RBIs. Really good bat, super improved catching, had a really good year, great arm. We looking forward to years to come with Mr. Shayon. Kyle Haynes, come on up. I tell the boys every year, don't go up there trying to swing for it, because I've never seen a freshman hit a home run at C-Team. We got, 3 games into the season, we were down in Alabama losing a game 5-3, and then there goes Kyle, hit a complete bomb. So that holds, we don't hit home runs, that ended really quickly. Kyle was a corner infielder, really good hands, hit his bomb down in Alabama, had a good year offensively. Some guys you see who are just pitchery though, look like a pitcher, do things like a pitcher. I will hand the ball to that kid any day of the week. He's a great pitcher. Couple stats on Kyle. He led us in innings pitched. He had 56 Ks in 30 innings. He slings the ball. I would not be comfortable up there against Kyle. 202 opponent batting average. He had a great season. Good job, Kyle. Mr. Jack Bruneman, come on up. Jack was the guy I went to every time I needed innings and I needed somebody to go in there and compete in the strike zone. He may not have the best stuff, but you would not know that by the way he competes. Always throwing the ball in the strike zone, always getting the job done. Will take the ball. Some guys don't like to go in with the bases loaded. Jack doesn't care. Give me the ball. Took care of business. Good job, Jack. Mr. Gus. Gus is primarily an outfielder. We had him in a couple different spots. Unfortunately, Gus lost some of his season due to an injury. Very strong, athletic kid. Looking forward to the years to come. I think Gus, in limited opportunities, hit above 300 this year. So had a good season when he was healthy and when he had opportunities. Good job. Mr. Max Wright, come on up. Mr. Max is So for the first time this year, I developed a card for my base stealers. It was the green, yellow, and red. And the kids all had fun with that. And it goes as it says. The kids in the green were going to steal at any time. The kids in the yellow, it had to be the right situation. The kids in the red, it was never going to happen. Max was one of my in the green kids. Left-handed hitter. Reminds me a lot of like Alex Hagan. Can lay down a bunt, can slap the ball, great speed. So Max was one of the guys I counted on with athleticism, quickness. Thank you, Max. Spencer Bayman. Kyle Haynes, by the way, came out of the red into the yellow. And he reminded me of that all the time. Coach, I'm in the yellow now. Spencer Bayman. Smooth second base. He was our starting second baseman. The thing that was a lot of fun this year is we turned so many double plays at C-Team. Those of you who've coached baseball and watched baseball, you know a lot has to go right for double plays to occur. And it was happening constantly. We had a great infield, our middle infield, him and Hank, really smooth up there. Spencer's also another one, consistent. You can turn your back on him, always doing what you need to do. So very good. Thank you, Spence. Hank Cummings, come on up. Hank was our primary shortstop. Hit 417. Him and Tanner were two kids, our everyday players that hit above 400. Also had an OPS over 1. Did I say that right? OPS wasn't a stat when I grew up, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But Hank and Tanner both had OPSs over 1. Hank led us in hits and runs scored. And he was dang near automatic. Made 2 errors this year at shortstop as our everyday shortstop. Thank you, Hank. Devin Holt, is he here? Right. Devin, by the way, speaking of those of you who know Devin, super athletic kid, super strong, maybe one of the fastest kids in our program as a freshman. He also hit 2 home runs as a freshman, so I had to just shut up after a while about not trying to hit home runs. They took care of business. Mr. York, Evan York. So Evan, you always have those kids that you put in positions and you're not sure because you've not seen them a lot, and you give them opportunities, and every time we put Evan in a game, 5-6 innings later, Evan's still out there, always took care of business. It's continued into the summer. We had 5 nights 1 week during the season where we had 4 doubleheaders in 5 nights. Even though I had 16 guys on the roster, you know, you're sitting there doing the computations about how to get through that pitching. And we went into Mexico, Missouri, and I said, Evan, here you go. And did you throw a complete game, or did we have to pull you at the, like 1 pitch short? Yeah, we were about an hour or two away from a complete game, but that's how Evan was the entire season. He did it down in Alabama, he did it at Mexico. Good job, Evan. Jake Herdina. Jake's a slick outfielder, really impressive, and he's been playing for us this summer, and another guy that makes all the plays. Very athletic, very quick. I did not have Jake in the green, but he's close to being in the green. We'll see. All right, Mr. Richardson, also football player, not here. But those of you who know Caleb will run through a wall for you. Sometimes when you don't need him to. Caleb Richardson's a football player at heart. And I always told Caleb, even when I was pulling my hair out because of some of his base running shenanigans, I would rather bring you back from the brink of aggressiveness than have to push you up there. So, really good kid. Darian Kemp. Darian, sometimes you have a preseason conversation with a kid and you set a couple goals in place and then you see how the season goes. Well, me and Darian talked about 3 things, and then he went out and had the perfect season. It was, Darian, I want your base running to be better. Darian, I want you to not just make the crazy, amazing plays, but the routine plays in the outfield. And Darian, I want to see the hitting be more consistent. He was our leadoff hitter, center fielder. I never took him out of either of those spots. I can't think of a better year for a kid to have. Also, Darian is a fun kid to have around the baseball team. Thank you, Darian. Darian's really smooth at whatever he does. So he can make things look effortless. So when he has success, it's like, that is effortless. When he doesn't have success, you want to yell at him a lot. Luckily, you had a lot of success, Darian. Tyson Rowe. Tyson worked his way into our starting third baseman spot, hit in the 300s. At one point, I told Tyson, just envision that every pitcher is me during a scrimmage, because I think he hit 950 with like an 800 slugging percentage off me in scrimmages. Something about my pitching, gap shots off the wall every time I threw a baseball to the kid. Good job, Tyson. I think that is it. I enjoyed coaching you guys. Thanks for the hard work. That's all I got. Thank you all. Now a round of applause.
We'll kind of use this interim time to go over some other awards that us as coaches decided on. So this is kind of the first year that we've been doing this. We have a Charlie Hustle Award. Charlie Hustle. Who knows Pete Rose? Hopefully most of you. Pete Rose was a guy that would slide in head first. He'd dive after anything. Just hustle on and off the field. And this year, the Charlie Hustle Award goes to Alex Hagan. Alex Hagan. I know he's not here, but give it up for Alex. We have an award for Most Improved Player. Most Improved. This year, that goes to Aiden Strickland. Aiden Strickland. Defensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Corey Costner. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Braden Hemmer. Then we have the QP Award, which just embodies everything in one. That goes to Tate Robinson. Tate will give that to you here shortly. All right. JV, here's Coach B.
Alrighty, so JV this year, that's my first year here. Some fun, I will say that. coached basketball here too, so I was kind of, before the season started, was kind of, wondering which one I would like more. Definitely going to have to say baseball. It was a blast. We finished off the season 15-7. We had a 7-game series against Rockbridge this year for JV, and we ended up winning it 4-3. So that was a good highlight. Overall, it was a great year. Watching some of the guys, with me doing basketball, I didn't get to see a lot of the winter workouts and stuff like that. So coming into it, I was kind of blind. So seeing just the improvement from what I saw from the time that I did get in till the end of the season was absolutely amazing. Other than that, I don't have much to say on it other than it was just a great year and I enjoyed it. And thank you guys, JV, for letting me be your coach and enjoying that. I also do want to thank Mason for giving me the opportunity to coach JV team this year. So we'll get straight to the awards, I guess. First one is going to be Eli Cornish, which I don't think Eli's here. Nope. Shea Maloney. So I'll kind of go off of Coach Cummings a little bit. Shea this year was that guy, the guy to rely on for a lot of things. He was that guy, if you needed him to lay down a bunt in a situation, Shea's going to do it. Very easy to coach, very coachable. You don't hear much rebuttal from him. Pretty quiet guy. But willing to give it 110% all the time. So, Shea, appreciate it. Next is Greg Lampy. Haven't seen him. Kalen Tyndall. Kalen was he was our leadoff guy this year for the majority of the year. Hit really well for us, somewhere around the 350-ish range. Some good speed out of the bases if he wasn't getting picked off. But great hustler, great ball player, solid shortstop for us. He's one of those guys you can kind of throw anywhere and he's gonna perform for you. So thanks him. Connor Lovin. No Lovin. And Devin Brown, football kid, so I'm assuming you're not here. I don't think so. Alex Bashir is not on. Yep. Weston. So I'm gonna start with Weston. So when I first saw Weston, I never met him before, and so from what I saw from him, tryouts and whatnot, I was actually helping with the sprints, like the home to first and stuff like that. Weston comes up and I was like, okay, looks like an athletic kid. Blew me away with how fast he was. Weston was definitely a guy I could throw in the outfield. He's going to cover a lot of ground, aggressive on the bases. He's going to take any base he wants, and smart when doing it. So, thanks, Weston. Grant Sands. Grant, were you still 100% fielding on turf this year? 950-ish? Okay. So, Grant started off the year for us at third. And was a freaking stud over there. Nothing got past him. Then we went and played on dirt and had a rough night at Elias. After that, though, Grant continued to strive. He was hitting, I want to say, close to 600 this year as well. So absolutely killing it with hitting as well. So thank you, Grant. Brandon Lavely. Old Coop. Me and Cooper had a lot of fun this year. Catcher for us, did really well back there. A couple of times, got to get Coop on the go. He was always the last one leaving the place too. So hit the ball real well for us this year as well. Kind of struggled at the beginning of the year, but really came on strong towards the end and came in some clutch situations for him. So thanks, Coop. Lucas Murray. No. Hudson's not here. Gelder. No Gelder. Conley. So Luke was one of our guys that could kind of do everything. Majority of the time he spent at first base this year just because there's not a ball that gets past him at first base. You can throw one in the dirt, whatever, he's gonna pick it up and scoop it up, and nothing's getting by him. Pitched for us when I had the opportunity to throw him in. It was definitely a struggle this year for trying to find people to throw and fill positions behind those people that were throwing. But hit really well for us this year as well. But thanks, Luke. Is that all for? But well, it was fun, guys. I look forward to seeing what you guys do, and have fun playing some summer ball.
Let's talk about varsity a little bit. So first off, I really like this picture. It shows relationships and friendships in Alabama. Those memories will last a long time. That's the hope. All right. So I'm going to go through some things here. Overall, 22-10. Everybody in this room knows that it ended the wrong way, ended too soon, but we learned from it. We learned from it. We still had a great season, all right, and we'll talk about those things here. Overall program record, 54-28. C team through varsity, 54-28. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. We were state ranked in the top 10. In my opinion, I don't look too far into rankings, but I think we were better than that in the top 10. Just seeing the teams that we competed against in our schedule and all that, I think we deserved higher than that, but it is what it is. Back-to-back CMAC champions and a great Alabama trip. We'll just kind of start with the varsity players, not the seniors yet. We'll save those for the end. All right? So, who's up first for varsity? Amen. Some of you guys are getting multiple. Tanner Graham, come on up. Tanner Graham. We can clap. It's all good. It's going to take him. It'll take him 10 seconds to get up here. All right? Good job, Tanner. Who's next? Carson Shuttlesworth. Cooper Thornhill. Kaylin Tyndall. Grant Sands. Connor Levin received a varsity letter. He was one of our very good relief pitchers, so Connor Levin. Corey Costner is another one who's not here tonight, but great player, contributed. Zach Bates. Reese Behan. Josh McClintock. All those guys played a big part in our varsity year. I could go on and on about them, but they were a big part of getting to the amount of wins that we got to. Big leaders on the field and off. We don't have time for all that stuff. So great kids, love you guys. Now let's talk about the seniors. Can I get somebody to click? First off, Tate Robertson, come on up. As you make your way, I'll talk about you. Tate received the Male Sportsmanship Award for Hickman High School. There were about 12 nominees for that. All the coaches nominated him for the Male Sportsmanship Award this year. Kevin Honeycutt, award winner, all conference, all district. Stay up here, Tate. Stay up there. Threw a complete game no-hitter against Jeff City. It's pretty incredible, that game. I think it happened so early in the season that we forget about that. That was an awesome game. 5 shutout innings against Rolla, which was huge for us. Committed to state fair, and this is just kind of what I have to say about Tate. Tate was one that a lot of coaches came up to me asking about. Where's he going? Is he really that good? They were asking a lot of questions. These are college coaches and other high school coaches. Others could see the characteristics and skills that he has. It must run in the family. It'll be weird not having a Robertson in the lineup, but it's been an incredible honor for me as a coach to have the opportunity to coach 3 brothers from the same family of high baseball ability, and Tate was just the cherry on top. Not just because of his baseball skills, but the young man that he's become. He does things the right way, and he's just a good person. And I look up to him. He's a great kid. He was a senior mentor for me in my class and was always willing to help others. Tate cares a lot about Hickman High School. He cares about this place. It was evident. You could see it. I got a good story. So there was a freshman in our freshman advisory class, and Tate was gone that day doing something. It might have been like a senior meeting, and we were doing the Columbia tournament here. And this kid comes up to me, nicknamed Rhino, call him Rhino. He said, "Coach, we want to make a sign for Tate because he's really helped us in class. He's helped us in math. He's helped us. We want to come make a sign and show it at the tournament tomorrow. Because because they were all getting out early. I said, do it. So he made a positive influence, not just on me, but on other kids that he's mentored, other people in class, other people at this school. It's incredible. It's incredible. So very lucky to have coached him. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So appreciate it, Tate. Thank you. Next one is Carter Abrams. He's not here tonight, but I will say this. Carter was all conference and all district. He had a lot of tremendous plays up the middle. I'll never forget going home after we beat Rockbridge that night and seeing the highlights, and I hardly ever watch the news. So I happened to turn it on, and it's Carter making that diving play up the middle, that double play. That changed the game. I mean, it was huge. It's huge. But his energy on the field was tremendous. Carter shows fire, passion, and competitiveness that is hard to teach. It's hard to teach, that kind of fire and grit. He wants to win. He's been a staple in our program the last 4 years and showed a lot of toughness, physically and mentally. It's not easy being the everyday shortstop on a Class 6 high school team. It's not. There's a lot of pressure on that. And he handled it well. So, really proud of him. I was also proud of, I think we were playing Nixon and we're down by like 9. He came up and he said, "Coach, I can pitch if you need me." He's that kind of kid. So, he cares about the team. In the weight room, he pushed himself, and he was clear to me, he had experience in strength and conditioning from day one. And simply, he's just a great kid, and I'd take him on my team any day. That's Carter Abrams. Alex Hagan. Notes I have about Alex, 427 on base percentage, 328 batting average, which most of the year he was hitting 9-hole. He was a tough out to get, very tough out. He was a sneaky little lefty that was fast. He kind of knew how to lay down a bunt most of the time. But overall, he was a gamer. He was a gamer. That's why he got the Charlie Hustle Award, diving after foul balls, running into fences. He didn't care. He didn't care. He was willing to put his body on the line for the team. He's headed to Quincy next year. I think that's going to be a good spot for him. Also, big leader in dog pound order. And Alex was huge in creating and rekindling the school spirit around here. He was huge. He ran the Twitter, I think, for DPO. So hopefully it was all appropriate. Anyway, Alex Hagan. That's Alex Hagan. Don't miss him. Mason Malloy is the next one. Mace, super strong arm. Hit the ball with power. Kid you not, I would tell him sometimes before our IO or infield outfield, throw it over the backstop, hit the ball. Let the other team see that you can send it. And that's what he did. But then during the game, he would make awesome throws straight to bases, had some incredible relay throws from the outfield that would get guys out that saved us runs. So Mace had a great arm, powerful swing, had 3 big hits against Boonville that probably won us the game. Those of you guys that were there, it was, I think, 10-9 was the final score. Without his 3 hits and his defensive plays, we don't win that game. And I don't like losing to Boonville. So he single-handedly kind of won us that game. So he's heading to East Central Community College with Carter. And it's been a pleasure getting to know Mace through the ups and downs. He finds a way to put a smile on people's faces in the dugout, on the field, in the classroom. So that's amazing. Tyler Stein. Tyler was academic all-conference, academic all-American, and an all-conference player as well as an all-district player. Recipient of the Bill Jackson Scholarship and winner of the first Cupid coin that was given out here at Hickman. So if you don't know what that means, our athletic director, he's got all these Cupid coins. You probably made them woodworking yourself, but Tyler was the first recipient that got one. It's just a display of character and attitude in the classroom that other teachers see, and he was nominated for that and got it. So that just kind of shows you the kind of kid that he is. Very talented, smart individual with a bright future. Literally, he's flying planes, so his future is bright. Okay? He's the kind of kid that would go out of his way to do anything for anyone, and I don't say that lightly. He really would. He cares a lot about others, and it's amazing the things that he can do. I've witnessed it time and time again. I'm going to miss coaching him because I know if I told him to do something, he's going to find a way to get it done. It's the kind of kid that he is. He'll find a way. And I can't say enough good things about Tyler. The baseball player that he was, the home run against Rockbridge. We do have a special award that we're going to give to Tyler tonight, the Clutch Award. So if you're at the Rockbridge game, hopefully you remember his home run that gave us the lead and won us the game. This is something that's going to be posted in the turf room, something that we'll try to do each year. But Mr. Fork, Jeff Fork, this was his idea, so I'm not taking credit for this, but he had this idea. I said, that's awesome, let's do it. So this is going to be posted in the turf room, so each year from here on out, there's going to be a clutch award. You make a clutch play, you get, a plaque or something that's going to be posted in the turf room. So, Tyler Stein, it's been a pleasure, man, coaching you. Thank you. Aiden Strickland is the next one. And Aiden has come a long way. For those of you who don't know, he was cut his first 3 years from the team. He stuck with it, showed perseverance and grit, worked hard on his own, getting lessons, playing long toss, playing catch, in the weight room all the time. He really improved. And we saw that as coaches whenever we made our cuts this year. He deserved a spot on the team. And through all that adversity and perseverance, now he's going to play college ball. He got offered a scholarship at MACC, and he's going to give it a shot. And the sky's the limit for Aiden. It really is. It is. He's got the talent to make it work, and I'm very excited for him and looking forward to what the future holds. He came in and got some big-time innings for us, so Aiden Strickland. Jackson Fork is the next one. So Jackson received the Ronnie Shaw Award. He was an academic All-American, an all-district selection, which is hard to get as a closer because he didn't really have that many innings. But the district coaches saw his numbers and his stats, and they voted him in as all-district. He didn't really have that many innings, but they saw his talent. And he earned that. He came in and closed some really close games for us and did a great job. I would say this about Jackson. He's got a kind, soft heart, but once he steps across the lines, you better watch out. You better watch out, because it's like flipping a switch. He's a new kind of cat. And when that ball is in his hands, he's doing everything for the team. He shows emotion out there. He wants it, and he shows it. So that's a good lesson for you younger guys to take moving forward. You've got that ball in your hands. You control the game. And Jackson Ford did a great job of doing that. He really embraced that role as being our closer. What impresses me the most, though, about him, he came back from a hip injury and rehabbed through it. He took his time, he did it right, and he came back and became one of our best pitchers again. That was huge for us this year. He also had the highest on-base percentage on the whole team. 1,000. I think it was tied with Connor Levin of 1,000 on-base percentage. But here's the kind of kid that Jackson is. He gets hit in the back. Okay, so he's closing out the air. He's pitching. We didn't really have any other lineup options. He has to hit. He gets hit in the back or he walks. I don't remember, but he sprints his ass down the line so fast. It was awesome. It was awesome. He didn't even flinch. And then he goes out and throws strikes. That's the kind of kid that he is. And just a really good player. Ford Scott got a good one there, and Jackson Ford. Cole Custer. So Cole was a fun player to coach and to be around, and I don't say that sarcastically. He really was. He knew when to crack jokes, and sometimes he didn't know the appropriate time to crack those jokes, but he had a great presence, and he's someone I'd take on my team. Cole was good at getting under the opponent's skin. Coach Cummings, after this, if you want to know the story, Coach Cummings has a good one at St. Dominic about what he was saying to their right fielder. You can ask Coach Cummings on that. Again, that's Coach Cummings.
Not for this forum.
Parking lot, yeah.
Yeah, parking lot.
So anyway, he was always asking, Coach, can I hit? Coach, can I hit? Coach, can I hit? Coach, can I hit? So finally, one day at practice, we gave the POs, the pitchers only, BP. He got a hit. He actually had a good round. Next day, we had a game. Coach, put me in. Can I hit? Come on, you saw my round last night. Can I hit? I said, no. But he was always in the game. He was always in the game, and he wanted to help the team. He loves baseball, positive leader, embraced his role, and was, again, just really fun to be around. He really improved from his freshman year to his senior year, and he gave us some big-time innings this season. So, really proud of Cole and the strides that he took up to this step. So, Cole Custer. Colin Baha today. Not here. So Colin was also, like Jackson, an academic All-American. He pitched in some big-time games for us. He was really good at holding runners on. He had a good move at first base, picking guys off. He controlled the game. In 12 innings, he had 17 strikeouts, which is pretty good. 12 innings, 17 strikeouts. Finished the season with a 1-0 record on the bump, and he had a big-time win down in Alabama against Westbrook. He made a pretty good run at the end. Colin got that win for us in Alabama. He's smart, got a good sense of humor that I'll miss. Even better, he wants to win. He wants the ball in his hands. Good pitcher. again, he's going to Fort Scott, going to be a good fit there. Hopefully him and Jackson are roommates and they can create a better bond there and really get that program moving forward, and that's going to be a positive thing. So that's calling the hops today, and I think that's all of our seniors. So as we kind of wrap this up, I like to always compare the pictures from years past. 1917 to this year, last year's words belong to last year's language, and next year's words belong to another voice. And to make an end is a beginning. So to me that means even if our guys aren't moving on to play college baseball, next year's a new beginning. It's a new beginning. But we always remember time here at Hickman High School. Go ahead, Chris. I think that's it. Okay. So I want to thank everybody here for an awesome season. Couldn't have done it without you. It takes a village. And I know it sucks not having everybody here tonight, but it's been a great year. And pretty much it. Fellas, thank you. Thank you. All right, the work has just begun. You seniors that are moving on, holler at me. You have my number. All right, wish everybody the best moving forward in the future and this summer. You know how to contact me, and again, thank you to everybody. All right.
Sorry, I didn't realize we were streaming this. So, okay. Well, anyway, I'm a little probably late to this, but just to show all of the parents' appreciation for all of the hours, and I do know that it is hours and hours of work that you guys do. Jeff Fork actually was in charge of coaches' gifts this year, and he did a great job. So, he brought it to me this week since he couldn't be here, but you guys get your own personalized mugs made out of baseball bats, right? So Coach Ryle. Coach Marshawn. Coach Cummings. Coach Oldenburg. Okay, and Billington. Coach B. Coach Behan. And Coach Baseball. Be careful, they will tip over, so I wouldn't put beer in them. And then I know that Jeff had something special created for you, Coach Marshawn. So, don't go anywhere. Stay up here. So, a lot of the senior parents couldn't be here, so on behalf of the senior parents, this is for Coach Marshawn and for Beth.
Yep. Thanks again for being here. All right, everybody go home. Thanks for a great season, guys.